the little uns have been up to their old tricks again.
Not all of the nobles made it out alive. Kupka and his men.
Otto, is now a good time?
It's not a bad one. How's Jill doing?
Oh, she's been better. Ty is making sure she gets the rest she needs.
Good.
Any word on Kupka's movements?
Vivian's doing what she can to try and track him, but she's feeding on scraps. We've sent ours out to the curse breakers and our other friends in the west, asking them to keep their eyes peeled for anything unusual. No leads yet, but it's only a matter of time.
All right. Let me know when you find something.
There he is. All right, Clive. Still busy saving the world.
Mid. When did you get back?
Just now.
What about your studies?
Adjourned. Since Hugo Kupka invaded Rosaria. All the canvas in uproar about it. He's gone mad. He's turned rogue. It'll be us next. You try concentrating with all of that.
All right, you win.
How long will you be staying this time?
Dunno. A while, most likely. Any road, while I'm here, I was hoping you could do us a favour.
Mid. You can't just expect me to...
Please, oblige her. While we are busy tracking down Kupka, you should have a little time to spare.
Professor! Now there's a face I haven't seen in a while. Shouldn't you have it buried in a dusty old tome?
I did, till a familiar trill pricked my ears. As ever, your exuberance is a breath of fresh air, which successfully scattered the painstakingly assembled fragments of my thoughts.
I'll take that as a compliment. Well, Clive, you heard the professor. So, I'll meet you in the storeroom when you're done.
Wait, hold on. Breath of fresh air. Bloody tempest, more like.
Oi, Otto, you got my gill?
Huh? What are you on about?
My fee for bringing Mid across. She said you were paying.
That little...
The storeroom, was it? I wonder what Mid's plotting.
Shouldn't you be getting some rest? From what I heard, you earned it.
You took your time.
I'm a busy man, Mid.
I'll get to the point then. I want to turn the room down there into a workshop like the one I had at Dad's place.
Mid, you've only just come back.
And I've been thinking about it for a while. Dad said I had a knack for engineering. Told me everything he knew about it, then sent me off to Canva to learn everything he didn't. That was his dream for me. That one day I'd put my studies to use for the good of the cause. But I'm helping no one stuck at school. I've studied enough. It's time I put my knack to work. I know that I can help the people here, and I want to do it.
Well, well, well. If Sid could see you now. All right. I'll tell Otto you'll be staying.
I knew you'd say yes. Which is why I wrote up a list of jobs for you.
For me?
Who else?
What do you want me to do?
First things first, I need equipment and materials to start making my own. There's the designs for the stuff I need, and the stuff it needs smithing from. The other materials I can work myself. Just need a generous benefactor to lay them on for me. Apart from the wood, I'll need a carpenter for that, but I can just borrow yours.
Is that everything?
For now. I'll let you know if I need out else.
Where to start? Materials and tools. That means Karen and Blackthorn.
little uns have been up to their old tricks again. Jill looked white as a sheet when they brought her.
Was wondering where you'd got to. Mid's back from Canva. Have you seen her?
Just now. She's planning to set up a workshop in this. Here's the list. Think you can find everything on there?
This lot?
Excellent.
It's paid. 100 times over by what that girl's done. If it weren't for her filters, we'd have naught to drink but blood.
Indeed it would.
I'll send the stuff on to Mid when it comes in.
Thank you. Blackthorn.
Was it a little...
I have a commission. She requires... Do you think you can make them?
Bloody hell. Was she planning to build with this stuff, isn't it? I'll see what I can do.
My thanks. That just leaves the carpenter. Let's see if Bardolph's available.
Good oil in this, could...
Should be enough to... How do, Master...
Bardolph. Mid's looking to build a workshop in the storeroom, so naturally I thought of you.
Well, I'd love to help the young, but I'm afraid I got my hands full. I'd gladly spare Mid all the... It don't have to be me, though, does it? What about that other fella? You know, the one over at Mark.
That's right. And he is? I'll ask Martha if she can...
Ah, Clive, what brings you to the...
Our home finds itself in need of an...
I don't mind if he don't.
Thank you, Martha.
He went up to Cressida on business. No idea what. Far as I know.
I'll look from there, then.
ever enter the lad?
You do, Bernard.
Oh. Building a workshop, you say? And, if Martha,
Of course.
Well, that there is Cressida, where But I came up here hoping to visit. I even patched up... But you're a dab hand when it comes to dealing with beasts and bogles, ain't you?
It's the least I can do.
Well, thank you kindly. And take care.
This shouldn't take long. That should do it.
Thank you, son.
How long is it since...
Oh, people started packing their things after the Must be nigh on a decade since the last wagon left. Though it may as well have been a century, looking at the place.
I'm sorry.
Ah, don't be. Can't live in the past. No matter how nice it might. As soon as I'm done saying a prayer for those that raised me, I'll meet you there.
That should take care of Mid's little list. Better head back before she thinks of anything else.
The little uns have been up to their old tricks again.
Shouldn't you be getting some rest, Sid?
All right, Clive? You've all done then?
I am.
That's brilliant.
Is that?
Nope. Blackthorn and Lady Karen have already said, so as soon as Bernard gets here, we can get to...
That's my good deed for the day done. Let's see how Jill's faring.
Ah, Clive.
Talia. How's Jill?
Recovering, but she still needs her rest.
Of course. Take good care of.
I'll do my best. Oh, Gav was looking for you.
The shelves. Oh, that's right. He must have found... You have the look of a man with...
Talia has tasked me with removing her curse breakers. I'm afraid of what happens if I fail. You survived, I know, but is it really worth them?
You don't need me to answer that. I hope as much as you that one day bearers can walk among others as equals. But until then, and the operation may be dangerous.
I know. But
I know you.
Unfortunately, something I can't.
Just tell me.
You. No one, unfortunate.
Here. What's everyone whispering about?
Do you have a moment, Sid?
Which team?
Coles. They were sent to liberate a carriage. If they were moving in for their assault, a Cursebreaker managed to... They should be back by now, but I've heard nothing. I can't help but worry.
They know the work.
But what if I've got them all killed? Before they go out, I always remind them why. But I never really thought how my words might affect them.
I'll go and find them. We'll both rest easier knowing they're safe.
Thank you, Sid. And I'm sorry to trouble you with this. The plan was to intercept the slaver somewhere in the Dragon's Eyrie.
That should be enough to go on.
Jill looked white as a sheet when they brought her back.
Well, don't just stand there gawping. Finished, are you?
Back, are ya? I'm saying forward, dear. Should last you a good while. That it? Fine.
The river was easy enough to find. Now for those herbs. That's a little hard, This is the only plant around here with blue flowers. I hope it's the right one. Should be enough to keep the infirmary stocked for a while.
Slavers don't even...
There's two.
Good girl. Run like the wind. You deserve a rest. Cole, I'm glad you're in one piece.
Just about. Sid, if you don't...
Doris sent me to find you.
I sent a runner to the Dame in Northreach. The hideaway should...
Well, I'm here now.
Only some. The rest, I want to help them, Sid. But we're barely in any state to protect...
You made the right decision.
The goblin...
You have duties to attend to here.
All right. Just follow the... And please, hurry.
I won't let that.
Thank you.
Don't thank me just yet. They're trying to get into the carriage.
Waken winds!
Nice try. Nice try. There's a good boy. A friend. Are there any more survivors? Why didn't you flee with the others?
Why should we run?
Perhaps. But we're here to give you freedom, safety, the life you've been denied. Come with...
Sid, I couldn't just let you... You weren't too late then.
This man risked his life to save you.
Fine. Do with us what you will.
What we'll do with you is take...
You can leave the rest to us, Sid. We'll get everyone back to the hideaway.
Thank you. I'll let Doris know we're expecting new arrivals. Come on. Run like the wind.
little uns have been up to their old tricks again.
Sid, if no, what?
It's without know what we
Cole. I said
You were.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back. All yours. Best of luck out there, Sid.
I hope you didn't have to.
Only the...
Oh, yes. This is it. And...
You'll do fine.
Thank you. The brand is more than just ink on flesh. It's a death sentence. Milk 1, ill-conceived incision, and even success means tremendous pain. I became a physiker to help people, not to kill them.
Cursebreakers lead hard lives. They toil in the shadows, risking life, and yet we never won for volunteers.
Conviction?
They're willing to fight. To give their life. I know your work isn't easy.
It's natural for a patient to thank you for...
Yeah. What's everyone whispering about?
Jill, white as a sheet.
Clive, where have you been? I've been wanting to ask you something about where did you get him, like, in the first place?
My father brought him back from one of his expeditions into the Northern Territories. They were crossing a snowfield when they heard his cries, and, seeing no sign of his pack, they took him in.
What do you reckon, Holmes?
It certainly adds weight to the theory. Clive, I believe that Torgal may be no mere hound, but a rare frostwolf, an animal native to the far northern reaches of Valisthea. In one of our oldest bestiaries, I found reference to a frostwolf who served as guardian to an ancient queen of the north. His name was Fenrir.
Fenrir the Frostwolf.
Now, the annals do not state it explicitly, but I have reason to believe this a girl from the Northern Territories and her faithful hound. One awakens as the dominant...
You're saying that Jill granted Torgal his powers?
What?
Just like Fenrir. People called him my hound, but Torgal and Jill were just when his master needed him the most.
You're right.
Quite. His latent birthright it had only to be unlocked.
Oh, get you, Torgal!
And regarding your original concern, why the beast has the appetite...
There you are! I've been looking everywhere for you. Bernard's here. I need you to introduce us so we can get to work.
I shall be a moment.
it brilliant?
It is.
Well, I couldn't have done it without you. You and everyone else. But I promise I'll pay you back. I'm gonna work my fingers to the bone for you lot. Starting right now. Just you wait. I'll make wonders like this world's never seen.
Then I look forward to seeing them. Now that that's settled, I wonder if Vivian's made any progress tracking down Kupka.
I wish
I think I'll wait till mid's away to take a tour.
How goes the hunt for Kupka?
Largely in circles. We have myriad sightings of strange soldiers in unexpected places. If only we knew for certain.
Well, if anyone can piece this
What?
word, that
Do you know, Clive?
you have nothing to worry about on that front. I won't.
Clive, have you got a minute? We, have a guest.
A guest?
For your trouble.
It was a pleasure, in hindsight.
Uncle Byron? Clive, my boy! Tap a cask and stoke the ovens for your favourite uncle is here!
The Dalmekian government sues for peace. How shall we respond?
If they're willing to accept their fault in the matter, I see no reason to refuse them.
Still, we must insist on substantial reparations. Twinside stores are not as bottomless as reported.
Aye, and we have many more mouths to feed. We shall just have to have the Dalmeks empty their treasuries for us.
Of course, none of this would have been possible without your timely intervention, Prince Olivier.
Indeed, I doubt any of us would have had the courage to trade words with the mighty Titan, nor less the wit to win him over.
The Empire owes you a great debt.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you, Your Highness.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you.
Very good.
Now, let us come to the question of precisely when the Dalmeks will withdraw their troops.
Dion's fire could rid us of them in mere moments. The men of the Fist will not withdraw until a peace treaty is concluded. So let us keep the negotiations open, give them time to gather what gold and trinkets they can, and once they deliver that which we demand, what worth is a piece of parchment?
Your Radiance, were Prince Dion to take the field, the enemy would surely send their own dominant to meet him. And while His Highness would of course prevail, there would be heavy losses on both.
You need not fear Hugo Kupka. He is engaged on the Western Front. Even were the Dalmeks to send for him, he would not arrive in time. As much as I would enjoy witnessing a clash between Bahamut and Titan, it is not to be.
And what of your subjects, your Radiance? If the fighting spread to the city proper, the people would bear the brunt of it.
There will be losses, it is true. Yet for every citizen who falls, another can be bred. For every home that burns, another can be built. The Empire will live on. Dion?
Yes, sire.
Prepare for battle.
But sire...
Do not make me repeat myself. Return to your camp and await my orders.
If that is your wish, your Radiance, I shall depart at once. May Gregor forgive you.
What do the astrologers augur?
The stars are in agreement, your Radiance. The shadow of treachery hangs over Prince Dion.
So Annabella's tales were true. You disappoint me, Dion.
What on earth is Uncle Byron doing here? Only one way to find out.
The little uns have been up to their own. It's just one thing after another around here.
Ah, my dear nephew, how I've missed you.
How did you find this place?
Through the good offices of young Sir Wake. As are you, I hear. Which is why I came.
You were working with the Guardians of the Flame to evacuate...
I was.
Then I have questions for you.
Gladly.
You there? There are 2,000 gold talents in those chests. See that they're added to my nephew's coffers, would you?
2,000?
And I'm afraid that is all I know.
A fleet sailing south past Port Isolde.
Forgive me for not being able to tell you more.
I hadn't...
What do you think, Vivian?
I think, with this news of the Dalmekian fleet, and come here and I'll show you. It is known that Kupka's forces entered Rosaria via its unguarded coast. So can the same be said of your visitors from Waloed? Certainly her Royal Navy is famed for the efficiency with which it bears her knights from one battlefield to the next. And in the Einherjar, or Black Galleon, she boasts a vessel nigh as swift, and every bit as feared as the kingdom's legendary cavalry. A fitting flagship for a land apart, her naval presence being crucial to her ambitions beyond Ash. Yes, it seems safe to assume that the Royalists did indeed enter Rosaria from the sea. So then, had you a vested interest in Titan's survival, whither would you take him? Why, home to Drake's Fang, a place rich enough in ether to conjure the magics needed to mend his hurts. But would that not entail an arduous voyage around the southern cape? Let us say that the Royalists did put ashore with a mind to spirit Kupka away from under your very nose. Could that truly have been their plan for him? To load him aboard one of the ships flying Republican colors sighted off the coast near Port Isolde? To spend weeks at sea, being tossed hither and yon by unforgiving waves, his life hanging in the balance? No. The journey would mean Titan's death, and Kupka's faithful creatures would not allow it. So what then was the plan of our Waluda friends? Reports suggest they made not for the coast, but for the desert. And by cutting through the Velcroy, a party traveling light would have Titan back in his bed days before a galley could lurch into port. To wit, it was the Royalists, not the Republicans, who effected Hugo Kupka's safe retreat. I would stake your life on it.
So it was the Waluders who spirited them. Now I think about it, the men seemed almost crestfallen, as if they believed...
You have a keen mind, and you have your answer. It may well have gone cold by now.
Allow me, as luck would have it.
I'd be glad of it. Give me a moment to make ready. I need to tell my friends.
Very well, but...
Lid's finished outfitting her little workshop, I hear. With a little...
Otto, Kupka's at Drake's Fang. I'll be leaving before sunset.
You're not going in there alone, are you?
Don't worry. I'm not going there to destroy the Mother Crystal. All I'm after is Kupka's head. I won't risk any more than I have to. I promise.
The Lanza and the Fang are all Kupka's personal fiefdom. You have any trouble on the way, you ask for Rosina Dalamil. Some call her the Desert Hare.
Who is she?
an old associate of Sid's, and only Sid's. All I know is the name, and that they used to meet at the Delamil Inn. We've heard nothing from her since he died. But I'm thinking maybe the new Sid might be able to bring her back into the fold.
Thanks. I'll keep that in mind.
So, what about your uncle? I mean, he's welcome to stay, but...
Don't look so worried. He'll be coming with me.
Thank fuck for that.
Gav, Otto, I'm leaving you two in charge.
You can count on us.
All right, Uncle.
We shall.
I was a young man when last I walked this path. There's an old trading post not far from here. The road to Drake's Fang leads through it.
The trading post it is.
Our destination lies over that dune, beyond the ruins. Mark 'em well, Clive. It's all too easy to lose one's bearings in the sands.
You deserve a rest.
Farewell. Stand a chance.
Many years ago, when you were just a boy, you and I rode this way together, accompanying your father on a scouting expedition to... Drake's Fang.
He let me come with you.
I'm not surprised you don't remember. It was just before Joshua was born. You were so eager to be there when your brother arrived that you whipped your chocobo too hard on the journey home and fell from the saddle. I shall never forget how Elwyn fussed over you as you sat in the sand, bawling like a babe.
Who do you think those soldiers were in the inn?
So, Lord Cook has...
Faster!
Ah, there she is. The good old Dalamil Inn. Do you know, this heat has given me quite a thirst. Quick drink before we press on?
Look, there. Those are ashen steeds. No doubt about it.
And such a long ride from Stonehair. Our Waluda friends must be soothing their saddle sores in the inn. Shall we join them? Run along and play now, Torgal. Dogs aren't allowed inside.
Good day to you. Eating?
Sorry about my pal. He only talks when his mouth's full. What do you recommend?
Well, if you're after something light, we do a fine chocobo soup with lentils and honey.
2 bowls of that, then. An ale.
Right you are.
Hey, girl!
Coming!
Your pal? Would you rather be my squire?
Your Grace, it is plain you are not yet well enough to travel. If you would only let me take you to someone who can better attend to your ills.
No, we must press on. Prince Dion has returned to his camp and will soon depart for the front. I must speak with him at all costs. Miss this chance and I may never get another. You do understand that?
Yes, Your Grace. But you must at least agree to take your medicine. I'll fetch you some water.
Keep watch, they tell us. All I see is sand.
I hear they got our guest back to the Fang without any trouble. We'll be leaving soon enough.
Why the Lord Commander dragged us all this way just to save that blockhead's skin, I'll never know. Dominant or not, he's a bloody idiot.
That'll be Cooker, then.
Well, let's get this down us. We've a long way to go.
Hey, you.
Uncle?
Sorry.
Can you walk, Your Grace?
What's wrong?
I fear trouble may be brewing downstairs.
You two are travelers, are you not? Me and my companions are strangers here. Perhaps you'd be good enough to accompany us a while. Help us find our way.
Sorry, lads, but we've got business in camera that can't wait.
Ah, I'm sure you could spare us an hour or two.
Come on.
Friend.
I'm afraid we don't have a moment to lose. Friend. Stay back, Uncle.
Gladly.
The outlaw! Take him!
Try it.
Bravo, my boy! Just like that!
For your trouble. Word of advice, miss. That soup could do with a touch more salt.
Now's our chance. Your Grace?
I'm fine.
Clive? What is it now?
It's nothing. Let's go.
Well, we didn't know where to find Kupka before. We do now.
The Royalists said it themselves. Their guest is in the Fang. We should press on before any more of their friends turn up.
Ah, they've closed the road. And it's the only way from here to the Fang. It would seem Lord Kupka is not accepting visitors at present.
We have to get through that gate.
Not by force, I trust. We've attracted quite enough unwanted attention already.
By guile, then. Perhaps the Desert Hare can offer us her aid.
Rosina Dalamil, woman of mystery.
And that she was working with Sid's other collaborators have all been people of means. The wealth, I'll wager this Rosina Dalamil.
That would certainly help.
And that's exactly what...
Looks like we won't be getting back to Drake's family anytime soon.
Are you looking for something in particular? Go with Gilbert.
Light it for Gilbert's sake.
Anything I can help you with, travelers?
Allow me. My good man,
We're seeking to expand our business.
Well, we're best known for our...
Thank you. Oh, you wouldn't happen to know a...
No.
Well, thank you.
What do you want?
I won't keep you long. A woman by the name of Rosina Dalamil.
Never heard of her. Is that all?
One more question. If I wanted to find the richest trader in town, where would you recommend that I look?
Oh, that's easy. The Briar's Kiss. Won't find out. Owner's only a young sprig.
The Briar's Kiss, you say?
I doubt this young sprig is the person we're looking for. You said Sid's contact was likely to be an influential sort. Influence comes with age and experience. Believe you me.
Anytime they pull their snouts out.
Mummy, I want the crystal.
How many times do I have to tell you?
It's not.
Can I help you?
Yes, I'm looking for a long-standing...
Then you should ask. He's been here for years. Try the baths.
Thank you. Well, it sounds like we have our man.
Perhaps. Let's go and find out exactly what this Furter knows.
Hanging lanterns, keep the darkness from your door.
Excuse me.
I am.
I hope so. Do you know Rosina Dalamil?
And what business?
She was a close friend of mine.
Very well. Go to the bordello.
Do you think we can trust him?
Only as far as I think.
So you're the ones who've been sniffing around.
I beg your pardon.
Don't play the... Stick your nose in our business and you're likely to lose it.
Stay down!
Who are you working for?
He wanted us to...
Though one could...
Lord Furder?
Look, your skill with the blade is rare. A fitting talent.
You know who I am. So what now?
That isn't my decision to make. Our work is done. Take him to meet his precious Rosina. She will be interested to make his acquaintance.
Yes, my lord. To the Lock of Leisure, then.
To the Lock of Leisure.
Needed to a silken softness, like eating a cloud.
Take a sniff, good sir.
The finest fabric.
Is this the place?
Lubor's forge.
Ah, so much for Rosina Dalamil being a woman of experience. How wrong I...
It was an easy mistake to make, sorry. Whoever this Lubor truly is.
See that he gets it. Lubor, Lord Furder told me to bring them to you.
My boys tell me you're in need of assistance. Sid the Second.
I won't waste your time. I need passage through the south gate.
Tell me, what do you think is a merchant's most important commodity? Why, trust. Everyone knows that. Without it, you have nothing. And nothing is exactly what you have. And so, for you, I, too, have nothing. I'm not in the business of helping every lost puppy that wanders in off the street. I'm a busy man, as you can see.
Let's leave this mummer to his farce.
By all means. Find someone else to help you on your way. Just be sure to tell them you're not the two travelers from the inn the guards are looking for. Don't want them jumping to conclusions, do we?
Why, you...
So, what do we need to do to earn your trust?
I like this one. Willing to do whatever it takes to get what he wants. Ha! Men like you have a special place in my heart. Why, you ask? Because they get me what I want. Always.
Fine. So what do you want?
Don't tell me you're going to listen to this swaggering scruff!
We might as well hear him out. It's only natural that an ally of Sid's would seek assurances of strangers. Assuming he is an ally, of course. 5 years ago, he would have still been a boy.
And yet even then I had more good sense than a man, 5 times my age? But enough of the pleasantries. We were speaking of what I want. I want you to put an end to the trouble in Dalamil. Return to me when you have done so, and you shall have my aid. Until then, I bid you good day.
What trouble? If you're going to give us orders, be clear about them.
Manners, Greybeard. Watched. My apology. Follow the... Oh, but that was...
Ha! It will be easy. Solving his little riddle, let us divide.
I thought we were the only ones causing trouble in Dalamil. Excuse me. Is it true?
You've heard, then?
I've heard rumors.
Damn thieves. Pilfering the crystals that will make us common folk have hardly had a shard to share between us these last few moons. And it isn't as if we can buy them on the black market, either. Whoever's taking them, they aren't sharing.
Do you have a moment?
Depends what for.
Just a question. Dalamil seems to be thriving compared to the other villages I came through on the way. Is there a reason for that?
Well, we're a stone's throw from Drake's Fang, for one. The soldiers guarding the Mother Crystal and the shipments need a place to spend their hard-earned gil. The men on the rock throw their money about like there's no tomorrow.
Is that so? Well, thank you. Don't let me keep you from your work any longer.
Fresh bread, warm from the oven.
You wouldn't believe how much you gain. What can I do for you, soldier? Need that sword polishing?
I'm not a soldier.
Ugh, then be off with you. I serve the men of the Rock and the men of the Rock only.
You have an agreement with them?
Don't be stupid. I just know which side my bread is buttered. Don't want to be stuck under some pauper when they come knocking. With pockets deeper than Zemeckis and an urge to empty them. No, just leave, will you? Before you scare them off.
I think I'm starting to get an idea of what's been going on. I wonder if Uncle Byron's learned anything of use. He'll probably be back at the inn by now.
Spices from the breadth of the twins.
My carpets have pride of place in Castle Dasbog. You too can live like a...
What was all that crashing and banging about before?
Some out-of-towners picked up...
It's you, the one who broke all our What do you want? Haven't you...
I'm looking for my pal. Have you seen him?
The gentleman who was with you? Yes, he's upstairs.
Thank you. I'll go and fetch him.
Let me treat you. I'm pretty flush these days.
Are you now?
Huh?
Will this suffice?
By the sands.
One of the many treasures in my collection.
All right. But not here.
What do you do? Care to explain why you're giving gift?
Bait, my boy. And I do believe I've snagged us quite the quarry. I had no luck, of course. It's forbidden, but my uncharacteristic indiscreet. They took me aside and said they could procure...
So the pearl was your proof?
I thought they'd asked for more. A second-rate specimen like that would only... A small price to pay for admittance to the... But enough about my little act of subterfuge. What did you discover?
That the supply of crystals has dried up of late. And some people seem to think they're being stolen. Meanwhile, members of Kupka's private guard have been spending money all over town. I'll wager those soldiers you've been talking to have been siphoning off crystals.
I'll wager you're right.
We'll meet with them then, just as you arranged, and put an end to the trouble Lubor spoke of.
Ha! That preening popinjay thought this would be difficult. It just goes to show, one should never underestimate a Rosfield. I arranged to meet with the soldiers in a secluded corner of the Velcroy, far from prying eye.
The perfect place for a spot of double dealing.
I trust I can count on your support, if things turn sour.
Of course.
I need a drink.
This river runs all the way to the southern seas.
1,000 gil for a measly bunch of...
Weights and pots! Bowls and base...
Do you think they'll be back soon?
I need a new dress.
Light, meat, and dark! Fresh from the...
Yes, they're quite sought after.
I'll take it from here.
I was beginning to think you weren't coming, my lord. You've brought your contribution?
All the silver and stones I could scrape together at such short notice?
You brought the whole 500 talents.
That was the price we agreed upon, yes? If you've no objections, I'd like to see the crystal.
Of course. Right this way, my lord.
Not bad at all. You weren't lying about the clarity. But what of security? If I were to be stopped on the road, what guarantee have I that it wouldn't be seized as property of the Republic?
Because these crystals are no longer the property of the Republic. You're not buying from us. You're buying from them.
And we have no more jurisdiction here than you, my lord. But we have ships and will gladly deliver to a port of your choosing, now that our price has been met.
Royalists, eh? What brings you here?
Why, to collect their share of Drake's Fang's blessing, of course. And being such. And now that these crystals are officially property of the Kingdom of Waloed...
Did you get all that? They're in cahoots!
So it would seem.
My lord, what is the meaning of this?
Double-crossing dogs. They're not here to do business. Kill them. Kill them both!
It's not over yet, Uncle. Good. I'm just getting warmed up. Well, that wasn't too bad. How'd you like my performance, huh? I've often played the villain on the stage. I think I did the role justice. Don't you?
Greybeard, you were magnificent. The battle scene was particularly thrilling. Such a shame.
How long have you been?
Long enough to witness your uncle. I hardly expected one so venerable to degrade himself so thoroughly.
This was the trouble you spoke of. The men of the Rock. Well,
indeed it is. The people of Dalamil had scarcely any means of redress against Kupka's men, let alone a foreign army. Until you two came along, that is. we'd better get these crystals back to town. It occurs to me that I still don't know your name.
Clive.
So, Sid the Second is a Clive. Well, Clive, you held up your end of the bargain. To tell the truth, you've helped a little there too. And those left behind have been...
Thank you. You still have the purse.
Oh.
And my name is not Grabe.
No.
Double the... Ugh!
Here. Where the... Any friend of mine who sees you with it...
Thank you.
And please, feel free to send one of my Stoluses back to your people. Tell them that Rosina Dalamil is...
Omia Lostelan. Tuisa Kelith.
I'm trusting you, Sid. Or should I say, Clive? So be sure not to let me down. I have a reputation to uphold. Well then.
Thank you.
Not at all.
Come on, Unc.
Never even forged a button.
I wouldn't put...
Oh, wait. Are you Clive? Sorry. I'm Sava, Master Luba's least accomplished, soon-to-be former. People are buying up weapons faster than the... He wants me to make a carving. I don't suppose you have any...
I'm afraid.
Never mind.
I could give you... I know how busy the Briar's Kiss has been. So...
Good question. And then there's this little riddle to keep in mind.
The way I see it, there's only what we need information.
You're right. But now, who to speak to? There's plenty of folk in Dalamil. There's the butcher, of course, and they're bound to have an opinion or two about the tools of their... All right. I'll talk to every cook I can find.
All right.
Let's hope there's some...
Trust Lubor to take a simple test and turn it into a riddle. I better get to it.
Is it true what I'm hearing?
The finest fabrics!
Fresh red wool.
Welcome, sir.
A question. I need to know what makes...
You're a blacksmith.
Something.
Fair enough. First and foremost, give me a blade which can slice through anything that crosses...
So a knife that stays shut.
Made from the stoutest stoneware. Won't chip, won't crack. Everything I've worked for. Ruined. All...
Are you all right?
The baths are on second thought.
That depends on...
I'd have you save my business. The baths. The water's turned scalding hot and all the I've no doubt that my woes stem from the waters. But I can't. I'm bound to these baths in more ways than one.
All right.
Wonderful. Leave them, these baths, my livelihood.
Just look at the detail.
Ha! They've opened the gate.
Lubor was true to his word.
I'll be asking for you again, my sweet. then see that you stay.
Take a sniff, good sir.
Plates and pots! Bowls and basins!
Sweet incense! Wax candle!
Alone. We can make our way back to the Fang now.
What is it?
Sorry.
Hunter?
I have a question.
Has to be able to put up with some. Your knife snaps every time you use it.
Thank you.
All business.
So, a carving knife should be hard-wearing and hold an edge. Hardly a revelation. Let's hope Sava had better luck than I did.
Kneaded to a silken softness.
It would make a fine.
So, you learn it?
Only...
All the cook too heavy, and they do is shop.
So we're no better off than when we... Perhaps Lubor didn't mean any... But that can't be right. No. We must be missing something.
No doubt you're right. I have to make us...
Agreed.
Right. Trouble is, it's either meaning someone is...
Is there no one else you can turn to? Someone who knows that...
The other apprentice. A merchant. A favourite of Forge Master Lubor's. I bet she'd know a thing or two.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Any luck?
What I asked?
If you're looking to make a knife, they're just not that viable. Featherlight adamantite knives will get passed from generation to generation. Never need, but adamantite ore...
And it...
Unique to Ash. Are there any materials unique to Dalamil?
What are you getting at?
You said that Lubor trained you to work iron, but he would have known that it would either be too heavy or...
If it's cheap metal you're using, then there's all... Folk first settled Dalamil to get at her mineral deposits.
Bloody hell, I don't suppose...
It's hardly my speciality, but I've been around enough blacks.
Looks like I've got some learning to Clive.
Limestone? Fine. Besides, I want to...
You'll have no trouble finding lime...
Then I suppose I'll meet...
Right you are. So, do you crush it up, or just...
This is no good.
Is it true what I'm hearing? The men of the rock carting off our crystals for themselves?
The finest fabric!
The most fragrant herbs in
Fresh bread, warm from the oven.
Made from the stoutest stoneware.
Sweet incense! Wax candle!
We should get going soon. Do you have water?
Ah, I'm not too late.
What is it, Lubor?
A question. Where is it that you're...
To Drake's Fang.
Then, Drake's Fang is currently... Talmeki and Waloed are allies, but no nation has ever before...
Not by choice.
And there's more. I fear there may... If you're determined to beard the lion's den, then... I've lost one Cid already. If I lose another...
I don't plan on dying.
Well,
Drake's Fang should be just beyond these springs. Shall we press on?
One rock looks a lot like another. But hopefully this is what Southern needs.
Come on, girl. The gate's open now. We can press on.
What the hell are those things?
By the flames. That explains the heat. Out of the frying pan.
To me, flames!
Let's cool things down a bit. Let's hope it's enough to keep the baths from boiling.
This is no good. I was hoping.
But I hope...
You are... You are now... That'll do, I reckon. A knife.
It's a fine look.
That sounds like my cue.
I'm sorry, Forge Master Lubor.
Let's take a look, then. First things first, Sava, do you think this is a carving... What? It's sharp-ish, but it won't last long with hard use. And it's heavy. Heavier than it should be. You might not think it just to hold it for a moment, but sell that to a cook and you'll never hear the end of it. It looks like someone paid a visit to the terrace. The limestone was a step in the right direction, granted, but...
And I was so certain I had...
I don't know who you found to teach you that little trick, but... Next question. How much do you think I would charge?
Well, if it took you even a fraction of the time it took me, I would say you could demand a... heavy purse.
And who would be able to pay that? The butcher? The hunter? The Dalamilla's home to humble traders, not wealthy lord. Rule number 1 in any business, Sava.
Yes, Forge Master.
This is... I'd say you're worth keeping around a little longer. Starting tomorrow, you'll have an anvil of your own.
I will. Thank you. I was wondering, what would you do if you were asked to forge a carving?
I'd do what I always do. Ask who it's for. If it was for the butcher, I'd make sure it holds. For the hunter, I'd make it as tough as Titan. For the cook, light as a feather. And for the nobleman...
There goes a master, all right.
It looks like congratulations are in order.
I couldn't have done so much for the spirit of meaning.
You've passed your...
And when I did...
The finest fabric!
Take a sniff, good sir.
Kneaded to a silken softness.
Plates and pots! Bowls and basins!
There he is. The man who saved my... I was hoping we'd be the baths.
I'm bloody.
Now.
Not what I...
You tell a fine story. That's not to say I don't believe you, though. But I... Right. It's high time I got back to work. With a little luck, the day might yet be salvaged.